lots of sports. Drive safe. Where are we going to start? We're going to start Cowboys. We're going to start college football.
Let's go college football and then move up in the rank.
All right, I'm down with that. A lot of college football. I cannot believe Iowa lost to a Purdue team, right? That kind of sneaks back into the top 25. Iowa loses, makes room for that Alabama team back in the top 4 where they belong. Life is good again. Georgia, once again, just showing their dominance as they put it on a undefeated Kentucky team as well.
Yeah, they did really well, and I will tell you that I saw Alabama come back and smash, made a statement, definitely wanted to make a statement what was going on, but as you know, Texas A&M moved up to number 17. I just want to make an announcement.
That's why you saw the top 16 there. We left A&M out of that.
I noticed
view
that.
right there.
I noticed that. You did make purpose that number 17 wasn't on the top 25
Who cares
list.
about the top 7? And you know what? I think the top 16 is important enough. Speaking of top, before we get to that, the football, the NFL, let's talk about these numbers. 153 days of driving safe. That's what you All-Stars are doing out there today. Big hoorah. No bigger fan than Sir Rick right here. Boy, I wear your colors all the time. I've got your jersey on all the time. Drive safe, Dave. Phenomenal. Hey, get out of my picture, big guy. Come on now. NFC East bad, but you know what? That's not going to put a damper on those Cowboys. Let me tell you, they are for real. We're seeing a team right now that it's been a while since we've seen. It's a fun offensive team, right? The defense, they have the takeaways, and we've seen another interception once again for a touchdown that comes in and comes into play, right?
Yeah.
But let me tell you something, defense a little bit weak, and they're saying, hey, that's why we're having that up and down on the Vegas. Vegas not too crazy yet about the Cowboys, only because of that defense. And we let some scores come in.
Oh, yeah, right after the very next play, after the interception of the pick six, they throw a 75-yard touchdown pass for a touchdown. So, yeah, you got to shore that up. But I'll tell you what, that defensive back is explosive. He is really good. What is that, number 4 or 5 picks that he's got for the season?
That's 7 picks
for
in
him.
6 games. Yeah, 7 picks, 6 games. He's got more than, I can't remember how many NFL teams alone. And yes, if you're wondering, he is from the University of Alabama Roll Tide. Drive safe, Dave. A lady up in Canada, she wakes up to a meteor.
No.
Right? I mean, did it almost hit her?
Yeah, it landed in the pillow next to her. Look at this. This rock, imagine waking up and this coming through the ceiling, landing next to you in the pillow. It could have killed her. I'll tell you, that is a big piece. For that right there, very rare for that large of a rock to come all the way through our atmosphere and make it, and then hit something. But
let's say 1 in 100 billion. And you know what? Yeah. You can't win the lottery yet. You get hit by a 1 in 100 billion. I'm saying unfair.
Yeah.
What does she do with the rock? This producer, can she sell that and make any money?
Probably so.
Yeah,
I am not sure what the exact kind of price tag would be on that. But given that really the only places that have those kinds of rocks are scientific institutions,
so
I'm betting she can.
Take it? Hey, in the name of science.
No.
In the name of science.
I'm going to have to claim this rock here.
Yeah.
This is mine now.
Did he put a spell on this lady to have this meteor hit her?
He did say he doesn't do bad spells. He does good spells for children and other people. He doesn't do a lot of curses.
Producer, tell us a little bit about this wizard here.
Well, this is the official wizard of New Zealand, who is the only state-appointed wizard in the entire world, and he was actually on the public payroll, earning an average of $16,000 a year. So he had been contracted by the Christchurch City Council for the past 2 decades to promote the city through quote-unquote acts of wizardy and other wizard-like services, for, of course, that $16,000 a year. But unfortunately, the city did cut his payroll, putting an end to the 23-year legacy.
At some point, COVID comes out and makes an impact on all of us, right? They make you go back and revisit your budget. And all of a sudden, the wizard became not needed. He became extra. You know what, wizard? Your time on here is done.
I think he became a little controversial. Isn't that really? He actually became a little controversial in some of his sayings, in some of his quotes, a little edgy. You know, when you get a little popular,
Producer, what do you got?
Yeah, and to go off of that, one of the officials actually wrote, "I'm concerned that your wizardry is not at the disposal of the entire nation."
We expect to see higher spot market freight. We expect to see a big influx in volume right now as we move into the peak season. Hey, so put your seatbelts on. Get ready to rock and roll. It is freight time here in the United States, and it's not going to slow down. If you don't believe me, hey, let's take a look, Drive Safe Dave, at some of the pictures of the containers out in California. You'll see, hey, guess what? There's a few ships still left to unload.
72, I think they said.
and some of these pictures of the they're just stacked higher and higher. Not even the great wizard can stand up and look above these things.
Look at that. Isn't that crazy?
That's unreal.
And most of that's all being loaded and done by robots, right? It's all being done that's crazy. That's a lot of containers just sitting waiting to be pulled out.
And I know we're going into that 24/7 period in there. It's going to take a little bit for that to even work, right? Because you still got to have the Walmarts, the Amazons to stay open on the 24/7 operation that Biden's trying to put in. Produce, have you seen anything? What's the latest news or what's the worry about the 24/7? Are they saying why it may or may not work on that?
I haven't seen anything that has really developed other than what we've been reporting on already. I think we're still in the early stages of even trying to get into the 24-hour, 365 time period that we were wanting to work towards. I honestly think it's going to take a couple weeks before we really see the full effects on the supply chain here, or even the mental toll that it's going to take on some of these workers and the staff that's going to be at the Port of Long Beach. So it's going to take a little while until we see some real developments in that. But
hey, we got some videos this morning as we go through, again, kind of a tailgate situation here. The speed is down, but you're still tailgating. And then, again, we talk all the time about pack your patience, right? You're going to kind of make this really, it's illegal right here. Yes, it cleared up, but there's just no reason to be that impatient, right? Hey, these rural highways have all these side streets. You can see it's tree lined. There could be something that you miss. Very hard to see here, and you just got to remember to be patient in these cases, especially on these rural highways.
Yeah, be alert, don't divert.
Four-wheelers in a hurry. And boy, great job by this driver, right? Had slowed down, kept the space, and this is why this is so important. Know everything, we talked to this morning, know everything that's going on around you, and you can see the four-wheeler is going to make a decision and then say, oops, can't see, right? And then all of a sudden, whoa, there's somebody out there. We see that all the time on the quick lane changes. And spoiler alert, teaser, that will be one of the things the drivers have recommended later on in the week. Hey, stoplights, right? Plan to stop, right? This driver was bobtailing, but again, just got to make sure that intersections are dangerous. We've seen it. It turned yellow right there, but because of the speed and not preparing to stop, there was that point of no return. And so they ran a yellow, which again, not illegal in itself, but it's just not the safest option, folks. Intersections are dangerous. We've seen people run red lights. And when you do this, you run your risk of being hit. So slow down and be prepared to stop. Again, we're in these secondary highways, right? Okay. This one, great job by this driver. Not all hard brakes are bad. Great choice. And you can kind of see, yes, you get a glimpse of the one pole, but it's kind of hard to see. This one's kind of a hidden intersection. Didn't really see any signs back here. You can see the one on the left, and then you come around the curve, and boom, there it is. So, again, you got to be mindful of that. Know the area around you, as they say. So, good job by this driver. Hard brakes aren't always bad. And here, reminder, I heard this morning on the radio there was an accident in a construction zone. Great job. Slow down. Remember, it's required by law to slow down 20 to 25 miles when you come into emergency crews. So great job keeping the space, making sure that now this driver is slowing the traffic by. You can see this truck starts to gain space here. This driver stays and keeps any traffic behind them is also being forced to slow down as they go through here. Great job at controlling the space behind you as well and helping those emergency crews out there. This week, we're going to talk about some of the top 5 ways to prevent accidents and loss of life. And these are not from highway numbers, associations. These are from drivers. I went to some websites, found the drivers themselves when interviewed what can they do that is they consider the best to stop. And one of the things that was given right off the bat was they used the word think and said it was a simple, one of the drivers said it was such a simple word that means so much. And so we're going to kind of keep that at the top all week so that everybody sees that, hey, professional drivers should never skip any safety steps when driving. That was from drivers, right? If steps are skipped, your safety and the safety of others traveling on the road is compromised, right? Common sense. Remember, no matter how hot your load is, it is always better to arrive safely. And then they clapped it off by saying nothing is worth risking your life for. We say that all the time, but I just found it amazing when I went to research this, that a lot of the drivers, out there, this is their motto, this is what they believe in, and we've just got to step it up. We talk all the time about the industry. We've got to get the industry to buy into that. These are the professionals out there on the road that are saying this, and their number one safety thing, again, and it happens to be one of our lead twos, our number one, is to be alert. And part of that, what they gave was, hey, know everything that's going around you. Always look well ahead down the road. When rolling down the highway, especially in traffic, you must always plan an escape route, right? We see a lot of the videos where that's just not happening. And then being well rested will keep you at your best. So again, these are all drivers. These are not something that some organization is suggesting due to statistics. These are what professional drivers are saying is their number one top priority at preventing accidents and loss of life.